and welcome to Home with Home of Stars. I'm your girl Anastasia, and I'm so happy that you tuned in again. Today we're talking breastfeeding for breastfeeding moms, and in particular I'm talking to you about 5 different ways that you can increase your milk supply. Now, if you've been following, you know that I had challenges with my first daughter, Cairo, and that we really struggled to get her to latch, and that didn't happen until she was 3 months. And so by the grace of God, we were able to get through to breastfeeding for 1 whole year. Speaking of Cairo, if you hear noise in the background, that is her. I'm the mom of 2 kids, and they do make noise. They do not care about production days at all. So it took me a while to get things sorted out with Cairo, but that meant that I pumped exclusively for a while, and I kept pumping even when she did finally latch at 3 months. About that time, my breastfeeding supply was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty good, and I'd average about 10 ounces each time I pumped. Enter into the world my son Cruz Axel this year in 2020, and my breast milk is off the charts. I literally have freezers full of breast milk, and every single time I pump, I get a minimum of about 12 ounces, and that's like on my low days. On average, I average about 20 ounces per time. That's a lot of breast milk, and that means that I pump about a gallon of milk a day. That's in addition to breastfeeding. So I wanted to be able to share with you how you can increase your milk supply, because I know that a lot of women struggle in this area, and I wanted to show you some proven things that have actually worked for me this time around that has seen such a tremendous increase in the amount of milk that I'm producing. So here are 5 simple steps that you can take. The first thing is to drink coconut water. I know, coconut water. I live in the Bahamas, so this is actually pretty easy for me. I get my coconut water directly from the coconuts themselves. And the best thing about coconut water is that it replenishes all those things that you lose through just living life every day, but also through pumping so much of yourself into a baby each day. So coconut water has been a godsend for me. I see the difference in my milk when I don't drink it as often as I should. But if you can't get coconut water direct from the coconut, then you want to try to get organic coconut water, which is as close to the real deal as possible. You want to make sure that you're drinking at least 4 8-ounce cups of coconut water each day. Now, the second thing that you want to do, since we're talking about water, is to make sure that you're just drinking regular water. I got about 24 ounces that I drink each day. Sometimes a lot more than that. I've got a 24-ounce cup, and I try to get to that at least 2 to 3 times a day. Remember that breast milk is water. So that's literally water that's coming out of your body and going into a baby. So the more water you drink, the more you're going to have some things to supply that body with. The third thing that I do to increase my milk supply is I make sure that I take a multivitamin. I'm still on prenatal drugs. Materna is what I took during my pregnancy, and I'm taking them post-baby because they're helping to make sure that I am maintaining all the nutrients I need to get into that liquid gold that I'm giving that handsome little boy of mine. The fourth thing that you want to do is to make sure that you set a schedule in terms of breastfeeding and pumping, and that you stick with it. I did get mastitis at one point in my breastfeeding journey, and it's because I had so much milk that wasn't getting out on time. So now I'm a bit more regimented about my schedule and making sure that I can get that milk out when he needs to get it out. But the best part about it is that the more that I pump, the more my body knows I need to produce milk, and therefore that's been helping my milk supply to increase a whole lot as well. The fifth and final thing that you can do, and you might have heard this before, is to get that oatmeal in. I try to get at least 1 cup of oatmeal in each week to make sure that I'm eating that, but I do have a secret. I am in love with Hobnob cookies. Those are oatmeal based, and I absolutely love those things. I have at least 1 a day. Not good for my waistline, but definitely good for my milk production. I see a big difference in it when I'm not eating oatmeal as frequently, and so I want to encourage you to make sure that you're supplementing oatmeal in there somewhere. If you're healthier than me, kudos to you. Get it in with just your cup of regular oats or overnight oats, but if not, those Hobnobs, I'm telling you, they are the real deal, and they help me out as well. So 5 simple things you can do to increase your milk production: organic coconut water, more water, period. Making sure that you're getting that oatmeal in there. Of course, making sure that you're pumping on time and with a schedule so that you're not losing anything. And the fifth and final thing is to make sure you've got that multivitamin on hand as well. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode at Home with Home of Stars. I always love to see your faces in the place. Be sure to leave a comment, like, share this video with somebody that's going to be impacted by it and help to make their breastfeeding journey so much better. And of course, if you want to see what's happening with me outside of Home with Home of Stars, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Home of Stars. And then of course, be sure to go to that website, www.anastasia.com, for more information and for the written blog to this video.